Hi, welcome to Trap Souls Podcast. I am Ryan. I am here with our Appalachian Nightmare, Chastity and V. So, question is, where are you guys actually from? Because your Facebook just said Appalachian.
Yeah,
we're in the Appalachian Mountains, like on the foothills of it, in Winston-Salem.
Winston-Salem, okay.
Yeah, so we're in North Kakalaki. So most people, I normally just say the Triad area of North Carolina.
Okay.
So yeah, it's Greensboro, Winston-Salem, High Point, kind of right at the foothills. We're 10 minutes from the line of what is considered Appalachia, but we both grew up. I grew up here. He grew up in Appalachia, and Stokes County, we've done a couple documentaries on that. We're doing a documentary on that place, and we've done a couple videos. So it's like right at the borderline. We drive 10 minutes up the road. You know, we go from city to country really fast around here.
That's good, though. I mean, that's really good. So, your Facebook page said psychics. Is that right? Is that you?
So, yeah. So he's sensitive. I mean, I'll let him speak for himself. But so for the last about 6 years, I've been working on my mediumship. It kind of hit me out of nowhere. I've always been sensitive. To give myself a label, which I don't really like to do, but I had to for the purposes, is I'm a psychic medium. I specialize in the paranormal, spiritual guidance, and intuitive development. So what got me to this point was basically I had my own paranormal issues. I didn't understand why. And then right before the pandemic, I had a lot of different things happening that are key identifiers to being a medium, and I didn't know what was going on. So I started doing research and I started having more experiences. And then I come to find out I'm actually definitely intuitive. So it goes a lot deeper than that, just to keep it, kind of short. It's really been a really interesting path I never chose. But yeah, so I identify as a psychic medium.
Okay.
I'm highly intuitive. I know things like that without ever being taught them. I get all these experiences that are audient, and I get things that are visual. I get all kinds of different stuff. I don't label or specialize in anything really. I feel I like ghosts.
I brought it to. That's our kind of where's it at? No, my little ghosty with the mosty. He's right there.
Oh.
I brought him. So our thing is, he made it up, but now our thing is we like ghosts. It's kind of a tagline as a joke. He's upside down. We like ghosts.
It doesn't matter in the ghost realm.
Yeah, it doesn't. I guess it doesn't, but
it can be upside down.
That's kind of like one of our little taglines.
I mean, so sensitive psychics, it's always a big topic with everybody. Kind of just you go in a place, use your feelings, your intuition. Then where do you guys go from there?
So actually, we just started investigating back in 2024, and he kind of stayed out of the way of all of the stuff that I did for the most part and off camera for several years. So
I avoided it.
Yeah, to give a little backstory, and it'll lead into this. So in 2022, I ended up starting, I believe it was 2022. Yeah, I started a podcast called Lights at Midnight. And that's where I taught about the paranormal, everything that I learned. I taught about psychic abilities. I made one big epic season with Emily, the Fine Art Medium, which is my first mentee. I kind of mentored her along the way. And because what happened to me happened super quick. And I started getting all these experiences, and I do a lot of work remotely. So for the first 3 years, I did remote work. And that means that I stayed here because it was the pandemic, and I help people from afar. So I've had hundreds of cases that are remotely done. I've recorded every session. Of course, it's not all public, and most of it will never be public. But I do have some cases that I will be releasing documentary wise, especially about haunted objects from that. So to answer your question, with a little bit of backstory, my channeling starts before I even get there. So I'll do a pre-channeling, and I will write down whatever comes to mind. The pre-channeling is like an automatic writing. Sometimes I'll have visions. Sometimes I'll have experiences. They come to me in visions like a flash, like in my mind's eye, like a picture or a movie. It'll come to me as an overlay, like I'm seeing something that's there but not there. Or it will come to me as like a complete total, like a a person standing there to you. That's fairly rare. Also, when you're a psychic medium, all the four clairs work together. You have claircognizance, clairvoyance, clairsentience, and clairaudience. Clairaudience is clear hearing, so you'll hear things either with your ears, or it'll be an internal dialogue that is not of your own or somebody else's voice. Sometimes it can come in as your own voice. Clairvoyancy is obviously what I described about seeing. Claircognizance is clear knowing, meaning you just know stuff. And clairsentience is clear feeling in the body. So you have bodily sensations. If somebody got hurt in a location, for example, or if they passed away of a heart attack, I might start getting short of breath. I might start having chest pain, or something like that. So I can have all those experiences before I even walk out the door if I allow myself to tap into that energy. Upon arrival, a lot of times I go from kind of my bubbly self to more of a very focused on the mission of getting, the video out and getting the evidence, because my whole purpose of doing this is I don't want to necessarily prove the paranormal exists, right? But I want to show people that, there are odd occurrences and these things are out there. I don't want to change anybody's mind. That's not my big mission. It's more or less to give people the evidence that we find and let them decide for themselves, because I realize we're all individuals. We're all different. And that, we all process and perception super big, perceive information differently. So once I get on site, I kind of get in the zone. Sometimes I'm really able to dig in and get in there. And sometimes I have found, because we're only, a year and a half, not even in, we're only about 14 or 15 months into actually investigating, probably 15. And I would say that, a lot of times I get more information before I go rather than on site, because the whole reason I did this for myself was to be able to, instead of sitting at home, because it was, I've done a lot of work, and I really needed that field experience.
Yeah,
so
it's very common for us to have experiences before we go to places, because I guess it's just, from our experience, that's part of it. Like we'll even smell stuff. We went to Bobby Mackey's and could smell a alcoholic in the back of the car, in a rental car on the way up there. Not a whiff before that, but turned to get on the highway, and there it is.
And that's called, I'm sorry if you hear that car. They put in a highway near our house, and now they're racing. So they were firing, and now they're racing.
Happy Saturday.
Yeah, happy Saturday, y'all. It sounds like a good time, I guess. But what was I saying? Oh, crap. It's called, I make fun of it, but it's like, it's not pronounced this way, but it's called clairflatulence. I call it clairflatulence.
Okay.
It's I'd have to look it up to pronounce it, because I've pronounced it that way so long as a big running joke, because it's clear smelling, where you smell things that aren't. But that's what I've called it for a while.
So when you get these, like, before you go, do you have to like kind of channel the place you're going to, or is it
Yes.
just come automatically, like, because you know where you're going?
So yeah, the unfortunate part is, the fortunate and unfortunate part. We don't have a producer. Everything you see from our Appalachian Nightmare comes from us. B films and pretty much does a few things on the side. He gets all of our equipment ready, and then I pretty much do all the editing, and then my part, right? So when we come home, besides being there, so it's just us. I wish I had somebody that could set up our stuff so I could go in blind. That would be amazing, but unfortunately I don't have a producer or anything like that. So it's hard, because I realize people can be like, oh, you just search that up, you just but I don't.
Yeah.
I definitely don't. And then also, another thing about the remote thing is, like, when I take client cases, for example, I get an email saying, hey, I need your help, and I say, okay, we don't talk about anything. I literally pre-channel the same way in. So yes, I do what I call opening space. I light a candle, for example. That's just my energetic symbol for opening myself up to the information. And then I just start writing, and then it comes in all different ways, the 4 ways I explained. And it can come in just differently on different days, because everybody's energy flows different. Sometimes you're really open and like more perceptive, and sometimes you're not. And then I would channel in the information, and then I would sit down with my client. It's the same principle and the same thing as I do with locations a lot of time. I sit down with my client, and then I tell them my findings. And I'm talking about a client that I sometimes don't even have their first and last name. I sometimes, if I did like channeling for past relatives, I'd ask for a picture, but I didn't ask for a picture or nothing. I literally just get like a Instagram message saying, hey, I need help. And like, okay, well, we'll figure it out. And then I would go to them and say, this is what I'm picking up on. This is what I'm picking up on, et cetera, et cetera. And it lined up. So that's how I got a lot of my practice, but also a lot how I help people. Same principle with investigating, but I also channel on site. If I get anything or I see anything, I also say it. Again, sometimes it just flows better than others. It depends on my pain level. I'm a chronic pain sufferer. So like when I'm getting in there walking around these big abandoned locations, it can be a lot for me. So I'm still getting in that flow of transferring. So we're still kind of baby investigators, if I could say.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are, especially so many groups are popping up now. I mean, I don't want to call it ridiculous because, I mean, investigating is a hobby, and that's why we do it, because it's, like you said, something to do. So we have a few people on, Bird, Donna, and I'm guessing your friend Brittany is on Bewilderment.
Awesome. Hey, Brittany.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull it up now.
Yeah, you try to get the comments so I don't have to repeat everything, but that's fine if you don't. I am wearing a little Verona Ghost Chaser shirt they sent me. Give them a little shout out because we like to switch shirts every now and then. So,
Nice.
I always lose train of thought when I do this stuff. But anyways,
Okay.
So how hard is it being a psychic? Because I've talked to a few psychics to turn it on and off. I mean, everybody has different ways to do it, and that I'm not psychic, I'm not medium, I'm not any of that stuff, but it has to be mentally draining.
It can be. And a lot of people end up asking, well, if they're touching the REM pod, why can't you see it? It's a sensitive subject for me because it is draining. So I say we're only allowed, but it seems to be, if I just keep any type of religious or spiritual beliefs out of it, it seems to me that we're only allowed to see so much, because if we actually saw and could see everything that was happening in that room behind that veil, you probably would go insane, because there's just so much that could potentially be in a certain area at any given time. I'm a firm believer that a place doesn't have to have a tragic incident to be haunted. I think spiritual energy is everywhere. Is Onyx? I'm sorry, my dog is taking him out. They're setting off like fireworks. She's like trying to crawl in his lap. So sorry about that. But yeah, if you can hear him, I apologize,
No, that's fine.
guys, because they just decided to start setting off something. But yeah, so no, I see. I lost my train of thought now too because of all of it. What was I saying? Oh Lord,
my
about
dog's shaking so much you could probably hear it in my voice.
Repeat the question one more time, and I'll remember.
It was just like, how much does it drain you? How do you turn it off?
Oh yeah. Gotcha. So honestly, it takes time to learn how to cut it off. It is something that is overwhelming at first. So I personally believe I got my gifts when I was 12. I just didn't really know how to what was happening. I didn't understand why. I just knew things about people throughout my whole entire life. And if you remain open like that, and I did for many years and not really had much control over it, it can be kind of sabotaging, have a lot of energy step in. But finally, I would say probably around 20 really kind of got to the point where I realized, like, it's always going to be there in the back of my mind, but it's a lot of mediums will probably tell you this. We have a level of, I know this sounds crazy, but we have a level of disassociation where we can, like, once you learn how to kind of master turning it off at the best you can, you just kind of stop. You focus your attention on something else. Or for example, like when I fully want to open, I will light a candle. And that's just literally an energetic representation of I'm open, and I don't work with darker energy, even though I work in the realm of the paranormal. I'm more of a love and light type person, but with the understanding that dark and light is a balance, right? But there's also, even with dark and light, there's some really bad and some really good things I've came across. So you have to be able to and a lot of people, I've worked with mediums that struggle for years to cut it off, like especially people that are clairsentient, meaning clear feeling in the body, because they walk in patient and then like they're soaking up everything that happened there through their body. So they're getting phantom pains, like they're getting ill, they're feeling sick. And so, yeah, it can be very draining. Sometimes I have paranormal hangovers like everybody else, but I do go in my places guarded too. So, the next day I might be down for the whole day. Like you might see me up and doing my thing on the video, but the next day I'm like this in the bed. So,
Yep. And I mean, it works differently for different personalities too. Like where I have ADHD, the only way I could figure out how to turn it off was distraction. Like you change your thought process, you do something to completely switch your train of thought, and then that method kind of counts on exterior methods to close off, which is not as easy as not as effective as closing off yourself.
yeah.
But you do have like external factors, like some people call them guides. I call it like your own. It's an energy that is like your assigned energy, basically, to help you and protect you, like from anything that would be too draining or too much for you to handle. Pretty much, trying to make sure I word that carefully.
No,
Yeah.
that's right.
It's important. It's important to learn how to cut it off for sure.
Yeah. So besides your abilities, I mean, what other type of paranormal tools, equipment do you guys use, like rely on?
My phone is my favorite thing out of anything else because
and not
it
how
picks
y'all
up,
think. Not what y'all think.
it
Got to be
picks up
careful with that.
such great audio that like we've gotten more EVPs off of my phone's audio than anything else.
Yeah. So we use the S23 Ultra, and the last video we just released last night. We do everything from our cell phones. So like we have
Okay.
started from the ground up. And the cell phone itself, whatever microphones being used in these Samsung Galaxy Ultras or whatever, they're extreme. They're really good at pinpointing noise.
It has an Omni setup, which means it goes in a 360. It can
Yeah.
pick up any audio and immediately enhance it.
Yeah. So, and basically what I've figured out is over time, like I have to increase the audio on all of our clips through CapCut, and it starts at 100, right? And then it goes all the way up to 1,000. So, if people aren't aware, but anyways, I turn it up. If I turn it all the way up to 1,000, where I hear something because I'm in my zone, I'm listening. We try to have a lot of quiet time in between talking that we end up cutting out, because of the video and stuff like that. But I listen intently. If I hear something, once I mark it, I save the video, I turn it up again. And generally by the second or third time of saving the video and turning it up, you can actually hear what's being said. It's probably one of the best EVP tools that we have is literally our phone's microphone while it's recording video. That was very unexpected. Matter of fact, I call a complete conversation between multiple spirits in St. Albans Sanatorium from Radford, Virginia. I'm still absolutely floored. I put out the abandonment on our Patreon for free, so it's free to join. At a basic level, free to join, free to view, and it's there for people to go back and experiment with that video and do the same. Because if
there's so many that we don't have
I
the
can't
time
count.
to mark everything.
No.
And it's so cool too, because it gives the viewer an experience to go in there and be able to investigate and find something for themselves.
And eventually I will go through the rest of it. It's only 20 minutes, but like the process is kind of meticulous and stuff. Like, and I even put in the video, I'm willing to give out the raws.
Yep.
I'm willing to give anybody that wants to question the fact that I found this in here. And it's not that I'm defensive. I just already know what people think, because I've been in this for a long time now.
It didn't take long to be called fake.
Yeah, exactly. Plus what I do, people don't understand it and they don't accept it and they don't the lack of understanding and knowledge is really kind of about how everything works, really, anyways, not the point. But yeah, I'm willing to give out the raws for people to go in, as long as they turn the volume up and listen intently. I had to listen to it like 3, 4, 5, 6 times each little clip to eventually get there. But
some EVPs also have like there'll be 2 EVPs layered over top of one.
Yeah.
Like a room of people examining it can hear one phrase, and then a whole nother group of people can hear a completely different phrase in the same phrase.
But yeah, and sometimes it's just us because when it gets that low, when you listen to something, people, it's like reading the word apple, but it actually said snail type stuff. So it goes into that situation too, because there are things that have been proven about how we hear and see stuff, especially at that level. But really, we absolutely love the spirit portal that we just got from Durham Paranormal. So Durham Paranormal is a buddy of ours. We can investigate with him. Super awesome. Angel and Ruth. Angel builds paranormal equipment, and he sponsors us. And yeah, he built us a portal, and it's freaking
Angel
fracking.
likes ghosts too.
Yeah, it's freaking fracking awesome. We hook up the SP7 to it. The only app that I personally like to use, because I've used it a lot, because when we started out, we had nothing. Like, we had an SP7, and then I really didn't fully understand how it worked because I was just getting into it, was Necrophonic. A lot of people have a problem with Necrophonic, but I have found that
there's something about that app.
Yeah, I mean, if it's listening to us or something, it's going to be really hard if it's listening to me when my phone's in a totally different part of the building and we never said nothing, but the information coming through is correlating to what we said.
Like, all I can really say in defense of Necrophonic is the one thing that nobody's really questioning, or I haven't seen them do it yet, is the fact that whatever you bring up, if it gets brought up, it gets brought up later. So does this thing have like some type of memory bank to listen to go back to, like, from later on? But if the app's not open, how can it hear you talking about those things?
Yeah.
And you will know if it's running because it'll be running in a separate process. So, I mean, that kind of, I don't want to say debunks it, but it makes it a little harder to prove that it's fake. Like, and when you hear these things, it puts together these little sounds to make words, right? Well, half the time the spirits don't even use that. They use some type of undertone, whispering type of voice and you'll hear them go off with it. And then you won't know what they're saying until you play it back and record it. Like, one of the biggest, like, or some of the longest stuff we've gotten, like full-blown sentences, have been from Necrophonic. I about swear by that app, honestly. Like, it's not steered me wrong on some things. The information that it's given is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Like, pretty spot on information if you look up the things that they say.
Yeah. And out of the phone apps, that's the only one I really like to use. Out of the rest of them, I know some people swear by it, but I still say to everybody, I've said it in multiple videos. I've kind of stopped here lately, but every time I break it out, I'm like, you make up your own mind here. We're not trying to force anybody to use it because everybody's so touchy around the subject. And then, we have some of Angel's REM pods, music box. We had a REM pod that finally went off at St. Albans. It has never went off, and we brought it to 9 different investigations. And it went off on command several times. Like last night's videos,
I was starting to worry about it.
One of my favorites, but that's a great sign. So, yeah. I mean, we use the standard stuff. I like to pop out Seer every once in a while just to play around with it because it's a learning experiment. But really, we love EVPs.
Seer's pretty interesting.
It can be, yeah, but it's the same sense. You just never know.
Like, you remember when it showed us the picture underneath that porch before I stuck my camera under it, and it looked almost exactly the same?
Right, and then you say, does it read your location? You just don't know. We don't know. True. So... and it doesn't use the camera to produce the images for the AI. So, when it comes to the apps, I'm still a little bit, when it comes to like the SP7 and clear EVPs, that's like our gym.
Yeah. I mean, I'm an EVP.
The portal, I wish you thought it.
Yeah. I'm an EVP junkie. I love it. But, apps are a little different. I mean, no one's ever going to trust an app. Not everybody's going to say the apps. I mean, I have one on my phone. I'll break it out when investigation's kind of like slow, not really going on for like an hour. I'll just break out the app maybe it'll spark something. I mean,
Right. Exactly. You never know.
you
And
never
it's an
know.
experiment too. Like I like to see what the necrophonic, I like to see what the necrophonic says versus the SB7. I want
Yeah.
to see if it says the same thing. I want to correlate, and here's the
And
portal.
oftentimes they do.
So this is our baby. It's not plugged up or anything right now, but
Yeah.
Sorry if y'all saw my foot just now.
that
be
shouldn't have been for free.
$9.79.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's the portal. It's got a bunch of goodies here in the back. Like it's a custom portal. It's not, and I really enjoy it. So
it's definitely my favorite piece of paranormal equipment.
Yeah, for sure.
Angel is incredible. Like he's built quite a few of these, and they all work really good.
He's got a special talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's important to have.
Hopefully something else.
I think it's important to have a lot of different types of equipment because you don't know if it's going to be EMF, it's going to be REM pod, EVPs, spirit box. I have a spirit box too. Estes method. You don't know. I mean, every spirit's different. So you can go into a whole bunch of different places, get nothing, but go take another piece of equipment up there. I mean, everybody has different equipment. We got the dead bell. Sometimes that dead bell never goes off.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it goes crazy. Sometimes, like the REM pod, like you said, I've taken it 20 different places, never went off. Take it to one other place, it's nonstop. But, I mean, it's important. They have different stuff. You guys are talking about EVPs in your phone. We had a guy on one of the last episodes, Dr. Jack. I always forget his name, Jeff Blackburn. Make sure I didn't mess up his name. Jay Blackburn. Sorry, Dr. J. Told you I was terrible with names. He talked. He said that he believes in different dimensions and different frequencies. So he thinks it's important to have different recorders on different frequencies. I'm going to try that out. Going to get a couple different recorders with different frequencies and see what we can get. But it's all interesting. Let's get off the equipment type stuff because we're going to try to do an hour here. And what places down there do you guys like to investigate? Because that's part of the show is getting. There's a lot of places out there that a lot of people don't know about, and you're down in Appalachia. So if I was going to go down there, what places should I hit?
People heard about Passenger Goods because in Madison at the foothills. It was on 28th on Netflix, but within I think what 30 minutes, 4 or 5 locations.
You guys are breaking up.
On the phone. She's getting all the Wi-Fi. She's literally laying on the phone. So, Danbury, North Carolina, basically in Stokes County, Paranormal, Kimberly and Michelle, they host the Arts Place and the Courthouse investigations. Kimberly actually works at the Arts Place, and that is, you can do like a dual investigation. It's super affordable, like extremely affordable. If anybody's ever interested, you contact Stokes County Paranormal. It's not a place where they like turn you loose and let you go. They will back off if you want them to and just kind of hang out and be quiet and do their thing, or they will participate with you if you allow them.
We love it when they participate.
But this place is extremely active. The courthouse, the first time we went there, we got a whistle. I heard the whistle, and I heard it out in the hallway, and everybody was in the courtroom. And the way that this courtroom is built, because it's old, projects, sound. And I'm sitting there, and everybody's kind of grouped up. So everybody has somebody with them. And I say, if you can, whistle me this tune or finish this tune. And then waited. It was like 9 seconds almost. I counted, and it went. And everybody just erupted. I mean, we were getting bangs and knocks on the floor. The Arts Place, a lot of the equipment goes crazy. We have found a couple places where the EMF's active, but I've got great spirit box communication, and it has said 7 of my family members or friends' names, including living and past one. It told us it was going to kill our daughter. It was pretty bad. But it's also, there's some positive stuff there too. So the arts place in the courthouse, we have 2 videos. So right now we're doing a Fright Night Fridays series where we return every Friday. I'm killing myself, but I love it. Uh, not not that way, YouTube. Don't take it like I'm working myself to death. But I love it. Got to be careful. But yeah, so we're returning. So we did the arts place, the courthouse. We have 2 videos there. Now we have 2 videos of St. Albans. And then the Trivet Clinic was the next one was going to bring up. That's in Hamptonville, North Carolina. It's run by Doug and Jamie. Super awesome people. Trivet Clinic's super affordable. And the first time I've been there 3 times, investigated twice, been there 4 times, investigated twice. We had a lot of activity last time. That video comes out this coming Friday. A lot of interesting activity. There's definitely some energies that move through there.
Incredible place.
Yeah, and then what else?
They host events there too, like little ghost Paracon get-togethers, little like Christmas party stuff like that.
Yeah, and then St. Albans Sanatorium's about an hour and 2 hours, a little less than 2 hours from where we live.
Yeah, Radford.
Radford, Virginia. Highly recommend. The first time we went, it was very interesting, and we got some great intellectual responses. But this second time, besides the shadow figure, we have captured a shadow figure at Trivet Clinic. And I don't mean one of those shadow figures like, excuse me, I don't mean one of those shadow figures where it just like peeks out of the doorway and it's real blurry and fuzzy. We caught with his camera a full-fledged shadow figure running across the hall this far away from his camera. You could hear it. You could hear it going. That's on our socials. If you scroll back, Trivet Clinic's great.
Yeah, that's like one of our top all-time captures.
Yeah, we just did the Holiday House, but unfortunately, she's a distant cousin at the Holiday House, and basically they have to shut down for now because they have to get some things going. But the Holiday House in South Carolina is really good when she opens back up. There is a distillery here I've never been to, but no offense, the distillery in Lexington, but it's very expensive. It's like going to Brushy Mountain, and that's just not affordable for a distillery investigation. And then Stonewall Manor in, what is it called?
Rocky Mount.
Yeah, Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Stonewall Manor is an old plantation. Civil War battles fought near there. I actually caught what I feel to believe an apparition of either, people said it looked like a little kid, and it kind of does, but to me it looks like a soldier that is like down on his knees, and he literally just down in the floor.
It's kind of reminiscent of the old Amityville picture of the boy, like at the top of the stair rung, kind of.
Yeah.
But without the face. Its face was gone. It only had a portion of its face.
Yeah.
It was like, you could see the hat, you could see the buttons.
That whole place was strong. Like we had a really good Estes method and a very good yes/no machine session. Like they were hitting the yes/no very accurate, like on point.
Yeah, and if anybody's watching from a different area, you can always just check out and scroll through. We put the titles in the title. We put every location. So I'm not saying just go watch a video. I'm saying that the titles of the places that we described are there. You can always look them up. I tried to give the city: Hamptonville, North Carolina, Trivet Clinic.
Yeah,
awesome.
And they're all great prices.
Yeah, now that's local though.
Yeah, the local ones, they're good prices.
Yeah,
they're I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, make sure you follow our Appalachian on YouTube. They are on Facebook, but majority of their stuff is on YouTube. So subscribe to them and definitely check them out.
Absolutely appreciate that.
What's your favorite place to investigate that you've ever investigated?
That's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
I am welcomed in so many places. It's like walking in with old family. Like some of these spirits actually feel like family. It's weird. Like I know, but like I'm an asshole at St. Albans.
That's what I'm trying to hold it in for. Because last night on the video, every freaking room, every place, he was followed around, and about every investigation we did it like 5 or 4 or something like that, and every one they called him an asshole multiple times. The girl was like, she's like, why am I an asshole? She's like, asshole, you all are. So she's like a man hater. She's like, you all are. And I spoke and I said, well, and she's like, we're good, but he's an asshole. And every place through the necrophonic, through everything, it was hilarious, but it also was kind of like messed up because, you know, it's like
they're also like, they like to mess with me. So like sometimes we'll get into like off-screen cussing matches. Like they'll say a cuss word at me, I'll say a cuss word back at them, and then we'll have it back and forth. We don't put it on YouTube just because it's not YouTube friendly, I guess you could say. But they do have a sense of humor, and they do like to joke. Like part of these, like whatever they are, like, and I'm with the whole higher vibration thing. Like we're in connection with one higher vibration realm and one lower vibrational realm. The rest you got to do some stuff to get in touch with. Did you just take my ghost?
Yeah. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Y'all about to watch her get a beat down on camera.
All right, you're talking. I'm gonna need it for my back. Anyways, you were talking. I'm listening.
Now you done got me all sidetracked. You can't do something like that.
Anyways,
sorry.
I really needed it. I brought it in.
Right, Jesse, it's your turn.
So I can't. Yeah, I can't choose. Honestly, I really can't choose. But I will say this. So hard. I will say this. Danbury, Stokes County Paranormal in general, like the Arts Place, the courthouse, we have something really special coming in January, at least January or maybe early February. But we're doing a documentary on Stokes County, and we got to go to the jailhouse, we got to go to the high school. We're talking about you can basically walk to all of these locations. You can park your car. It's just one little Appalachian town right outside of Hanging Rock, and they let us come in and investigate. We did it twice, actually. So we've got footage from 2 nights, and then we'll be going back to get more footage, of the Arts Place in the courthouse. So I'd have to say in general, just Danbury, if I had to choose, is my favorite because it's so close to home and I have my roots there. And I actually have family members that are buried in the cemetery up on the hill there. So that would be. I
love it, but I'm between St. Albans and Trivett Clinic.
Yeah, oh yeah, I love them. I can't.
Those two are like probably like because I feel at home there, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah.
All right, so I ask everybody this question. What? Oh,
I was just going to ask, what's your favorite place to investigate?
I always get called back to Trans-Allegheny for some reason. It just seems like when I leave there, I just want to go back. I don't know why. Had a lot of cool stuff that's happened there, but it just kind of seems like I don't know, it always calls to me like the history, the building, the spirits there, everything's just awesome there. So I don't know. It just seems like I always
like the children.
Yeah. I've been there twice. Want to go back again, but that's another question. Bucket list. One place in the world that you can investigate. What would it be?
UK in general. Like I want to go investigate them castles.
Yeah.
She'll never go with me. I'll be doing that by myself.
I'm thinking really hard. Can I pick a state? Like right now, like it's not a bucket list forever because I'm a very fluid person and like how I once I get somewhere and I do something, I'm like, okay, check next. But I also enjoy going back. But right now, I mean, I really have my eye on Indiana in general. I want to come to Indiana and I want to do like a road trip. Like my ultimate goal would be to be able to get like an RV and start just going and doing this.
Yeah.
But right now, if I had to put my eye on an area, because it'd be very hard for me to narrow down because I can list 3 places, could decide would be Indiana. That's where, or even just the Midwest in general, that I really want to get out there. Texas.
Indiana's pretty known for haunted stuff too.
Yeah, we are going to the infamous Warren House in the middle of November. Going to see if it's haunted. Hey, I know there's a lot of things about all that.
We've been around the objects before during the first Warren's Paracon, and I can say there's something there that's real.
There's something, but it wasn't very clear. we had some weird stuff happen, but we are going to Connecticut and we're very grateful. Like we have our 8 people, so it's fairly affordable, especially for being able to stay the night. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go test it out. I'm going to go sleep in Lorraine's office next to or try to sleep next to the entranceway to the museum. Because haunted objects is something that is very special to us, especially because of Duran, Dead Serious Investigations. You need to check him out. We'll talk. I have to message you later, but Duran's a good guy. He knows a lot about haunted objects, and he kind of opened that world up for me. And I've had cases with haunted objects. So the worst case I've ever had, like this is going to be one of the documentaries. Like it's going to take me a while because I want to make sure it's perfect and I want to make sure it highlights and is respectful and all kinds of things. Because Duran actually owns the object that was haunted now. And the client is better, thank God. But yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. But yeah, haunted objects. What was I saying?
You're talking about how the
Sorry, I'm tired too.
That's all nice.
Were how he them. Sorry, I got sidetracked.
Oh yeah, it was it's like a pancake on a pancake here, but yes. So, I definitely want to I just want to get out and like travel and film and stuff like that. And we have the ability to do that. The only thing we don't have the ability to do that. The only thing that holds us back is like rooted in a job. Like, he has to work like everybody else, and it's not remote work. So.
I've worked very diligently towards building a production company, like
enough
stuff to actually turn to a production, not just paranormal stuff. I do plan on branching off and doing other stuff eventually, but like for now, like we've put most of our investment into our filming career.
Yeah, and it's that's he really is he wants to do more with the production than just our Appalachian Nightmare, and I have other things that I do too. Like this is my 3rd YouTube channel. And it's not that, I just kept skipping because they wasn't successful, like multifaceted. So I go by the Luminary Luna Beams. That's where I do all of my astrology. I do all of my mediumship for the most part. So I keep them separate kind of. And then the Lights at Midnight podcast. So, I have some plans for 2026. Some projects. I have a journal coming out. I've been working on for a while. Amazon's kind of giving me a little time with that, but different things that we want to do that kind of all tying together. Like we made jewelry. Like we're very multifaceted people.
Yeah, I mean it's
Jack of all
paranormal is weird. You can branch out so much into paranormal, like jewelry, crystals, candles. There's so much, and you never have enough time. I mean, you guys know you're in production. A lot of people know that are on here because they're doing paranormal. Like you do an 8-hour investigation, which is a short investigation. There's probably 20, 25 hours of evidence review, production, just to get a 20-minute clip out. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous how much time you spend. I do all my own evidence. I do all the editing and everything. And, in a 12-hour investigation, it takes me a good 20, 30 hours to do all that. And I don't come out with much because I'm not a producer either. So, I mean, I'm not good at it, but I make it work.
Exactly. The point is the evidence and what you do with that.
Yeah. I couldn't do the editing as much because, with paranormal stuff, because I'm so meticulous with everything that I do. I think it was a 10-minute long video I spent like 60 hours on.
It was 16 minutes. You spent 16 hours.
16 hours. There we go.
You spent an hour per minute. And I was like, Lord. But yeah, it takes me about anywhere from 30 for a short video to 50. I've probably pushed 60. And I've been editing week for week. So I'll be going into my 5th week editing, and it's tearing my body down. Even though I'm sitting still too much. With all the other things, I'm sure people that know me already know it's taking a toll. Like after this, I'm gonna go back in my room and turn an air conditioner up and lay there like this because tonight's my only night off after this. And then tomorrow night we're going to the Madison Dry Goods. So the thing about Madison Dry Goods is it's really hard. I think eventually they're going to open up more paranormal investigations. But so far, the only 2 people that have really got to investigate and produce some type of content that I'm aware of is Stokes County Paranormal and us, our Appalachian Nightmare. So we've been very grateful to work with Madison Dry Goods, and that's since 28 Days Haunted was filmed. I can say it's definitely haunted. There's that, but we only get 2 hours every time we go, which we're very grateful for.
Yeah, you should.
We're going to the Ghost Walk tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I get it, and because they don't really have anything established or any type. These people are just willing to stay after their shift. So, very grateful for that. I would like a little bit longer. It's cool. So eventually, we're hoping that they'll open up like some certain amount of days to do it, and go from there. I'm probably going to ask for maybe 1 more hour the next time we do it, but that is our Halloween special.
As it stands now, you can go private. I mean, you can go publicly investigate. Like,
yeah,
you can bring
lightly.
like a little tiny like device, like a REM pod or a SB7, and
just hang out upstairs on the second floor, as long as you're not making a big scene, because there's other people that are walking through looking at the museum, and you don't want to disturb them, but they don't care as long as it's not,
we did it.
Anybody.
We had people coming up to us getting in on it.
Yeah, but it wasn't anything serious. It was just chill.
Yeah. So everybody that's watching here, we're going to try to keep this podcast about an hour because we're all tired here. And so if you have any questions, throw them up in the comments and we'll go from there. And I forgot what I was going to ask you guys again.
Okay.
Man, it's a long night here.
It's like a brain fog day.
Yeah, it's a total brain fog day. I mean, it's...
Yeah, I'm at the end of my day.
Yeah, so what I will say this for like our haunted object series. Make sure you have a question for me. If you need a filler, I can. Yeah, I can tell you about the haunted object series.
Yeah, but I want to talk about haunted objects because that's becoming more and more popular. Ghost hunters back in the day, they've kind of hit that a little bit when they were doing investigations, private investigations about it could be this object. I remember the one, it was the piano that was on the front porch. But it seems lately now that more and more haunted objects are coming up, just like dolls. Haunted dolls are huge right now. I mean, it seems like everybody has a haunted doll. Everybody's taking a haunted doll everywhere. I do not have a haunted doll, but I mean, why do you think it's ramping up so much? Are we just realizing it more, or?
I could say a lot of them are probably more or less thought forms.
Yeah.
Compared to being haunted.
It's not even the fact that it's like, oh, it's a thought form entity. It's more or less that people want to have a haunted object. People are more like, the veil is thinning, in my personal opinion, like, because people are awakening. People are opening their eyes to the paranormal more than ever before. I mean, we're probably around the same age, very similar. Back when we were kids, you get laughed out of your house, you get laughed out of school if you were to ever say anything like, oh, I had this ghostly experience, or people would think you're weird. So in the last like 20 years, 20 years, so since Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures, and it became cool to look for spirits, or even there's a lot of people obviously that still don't like it. It's the same principle, I think, with the haunted objects. So you go to the store, you get a vibe from something. There's different levels to haunted objects. You have obviously the residual energy, where it's picked up from a person, place, or situation. That's the residual
intentional energy.
Yeah, and that's the residual energy, and that's like, just floating around energy, which can be created into a thought form. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I'm getting a little hoarse, but it can be created into a thought form. But a thought form is a energy that is created by somebody's intention, knowingly or unknowingly, and generally it's an insentient being or energy mass. So a thought form kind of just rolls around. There's a couple different types that we create through like consistently like harping on a subject or a traumatic event. Eventually that energy grows and grows and grows till it pops outside of our aura, okay? Or we energy shed. I call it energy shedding, where we release all that energy, and it can kind of form into its own consciousness, for those that may not know.
Or it turns into a black beacon, which attracts something that already exists.
It can, but it can also...
And that's in an extreme case.
And it can also gain its own sentience after a while, and then go around and keep picking up that type of energy. That's one thing that can be associated with a haunted object, right? But also that's a one type of thought form. But more or less the thought form I'm talking about is like egregores and tulpas and things that people create themselves intentionally with magic or just with strong intentional beliefs. So there's different levels to that too. So that's where you're getting a lot of these haunted objects from. And then magic, it plays a big role in haunted objects because people are trying to summon energies and put the intentions in there and stuff like that. And some people are very successful at that. Like magic, or whatever you want to call it, alchemy is actually, in my personal opinion, very real. It can really mess up people, especially if it's practiced. If, you know, everybody has their different opinions. You have dark, you have light, you have gray, you have all kinds of stuff like that. But then you have objects like Annabelle, where, for example, my personal opinion is they say it's super demonic, and it could be that there is a demonic entity that comes and goes around Annabelle because of the attention. But honestly, it's feeding the beast. The beast is Annabelle, the fault form, the fear. Like, I posted something that went viral, not virals, mini viral, and everybody's like, I claim no negative energy. I claim no negative energy. It's just like people are so scared of her.
Yeah, you got people black barring her eyes out.
Yeah,
and buttons.
Yeah, and I mean, but it's important because of the fear. So you're just adding to the fear.
Yeah.
Corn. You know, so I don't catch myself, but that's pretty much what it is, in my opinion. But it doesn't mean it didn't create something. It doesn't mean it didn't attract something.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a big believer.
Yeah.
So V, I got a question for you. It's an important question. How many times has Chastity hit you while she's talking? Because she's like karate chopping over there, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
I'm a hand talker.
I'm actually really, really good, like cat-like reflexes at dodging shit. So I've been kind of like in and out a little bit. Like if you see like where I'm rocking, I'm actually like missing her hands.
Yeah.
Watch out, hands. That's her nickname for her. Actually, I call her Hands whenever she hurts me. Get your hand out of my face.
You said hands. She's hot.
I'm gonna go get
Say, hey, Onyx.
What's up, Onyx? So you guys talking about Annabelle. Yeah, Annabelle and all that stuff. So you guys posted something about Penhurst. And what do you guys think all about the Conjuring house and all that stuff? That's a big topic right now. You know, Jason Hawes trying to, you know, create enough money to get it. I don't know how that's going to work.
Well, I can say I'm grateful that it's not in the hands of someone who doesn't know how to handle it.
It's not in any hands. We're talking about a different house.
Oh, yeah. Not Jacqueline's?
Yeah, but it's not in nobody's hands yet. It's not.
Yeah, I know. But there's an anonymous donor that just donated like a bunch to it. So they're almost there. Like they're getting really close to making that goal.
The last thing I heard is if we hit 600,000,
the guy's going to match it.
Then he's going to donate 400,000. And then Jason Hawes will match it. But that doesn't guarantee he's going to win. So personally, I think that it should get in the hands of somebody that's going to take care of it, because you have, and I have no shame in saying this, I normally keep my opinion to myself, but people like CJ Faison or whatever, he's the biggest paranormal faker out there. And I don't care if people get pissed off at me for saying that, because it's obvious. Like, it's so obvious. He fakes a lot of his content. And, you know, and he doesn't necessarily just come out and say it, but it's obvious, right? It's for entertainment, and that's okay. But he's literally like, if I get it for this price, I'm not going to open it up to the public. But if I get it for this price, then I can make $250,000 to $550,000 a year, which is great. He's a businessman. I respect that. But as a person in the paranormal community, like, I don't even know if I want to go now if it gets bought by somebody. I don't even know if I want to go in general at this point, because it's so hyped up. It's one of the places that, you know, I would support it. If a couple certain people get it right, I would support it. But ultimately, it's been a it show. Censored myself. Yeah, and I think it should be affordable. Yeah, because this place has already been investigated so many times. It's not like opening the doors to the Warrens Museum and this is a limited time thing where things are going to be there for a limited time. Like, and it costs money and all that. I get that. Like, I totally get it. It's $2,000 for, you know, the Warrens house expensive. Yes. But the person that gets it, let's say CJ gets it, and that's what he charges, he's not going to get a great return, because whoever gets this, if it's not Jason Hawes or, in my opinion, Elton, and Elton still is probably going to get hate if he gets it. But if it's not Jason Hawes, whoever it is, the paranormal community is not going to back. That's my opinion. There's going to be very minimal amount of people that choose to go. And maybe over time they'll warm up to it, but it's going to be at a loss. That is my personal advice for anybody that wants to buy the Conjuring house. That's not Jason House.
At least in the beginning, it'll be a loss.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that only time will tell, probably.
Yeah. And people have been there, all, you know, and I would love to go one day, right? But
I want a haunted house. I just want one.
Anyways,
I've been looking.
No doubt.
There's actually sites out there you can look.
Oh, really?
But I want a haunted cabin is what I want in the woods.
Yeah.
But no, I think if Jason Hawes wins this for a decent amount and has, you know, if he has $1 million, he said he'll match $1 million. Say he gets it, you know, for a decent price and can fix it up. Because he said straight up he doesn't want to run it. You know, he wants someone else to run it. He doesn't have time. So if all the money that he raises and he's able to get it and fix it up and make it and just have a management paranormal group run it, I think it'll be affordable and, you know, people can enjoy it. But again, paranormal's
safe.
Yeah. I mean, paranormal's huge right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I said paranormal's huge now, so people are going to overpay. Yeah, there's a huge delay here. Sorry.
It's okay.
Let's talk about Penhurst. You know, the rumors about that. I mean, data center.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So the thing that went viral, that's Gen Z Paranormal. Brennan, we actually investigated with him at Penhurst in September. So his thing where you maybe have seen it, where he's saying Penhurst is at risk. That's Brennan. He's friends with Kaylee from Paranormal Patch. We actually just investigated with them at Penhurst, and it's super sad because way before this ever came up, I've done my research on these data centers, and I've seen like documentaries of how the people in places they're struggling because of the noise. Even here, we don't have a data center here, but during the winter when the leaves go, for whatever reason, there's a constant humming noise that drives me absolutely batty, and everybody can hear it. So I can only imagine and I've honestly considered moving because of it. So taking that experience and it messes with my head and my depression even sometimes because it's constant. So I have to have something constantly running. So imagine what these people are going to experience. What are they being exposed to? How's it going to change the environment? How's it going to change the health? Like the people are having dizzy spells, headaches, all kinds of stuff from these data centers. And the only reason they want to put it there is because there is a nuclear power plant right there on the water. It's obvious, if you know just even a fraction about this. It ticks me off. I understand that they have a need for development, but what they're trying to do there is conspiracy theory, like you were saying, kind of fishy energetically. You speak in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, and you're going to go put a massive computer on top of a place that's known to be highly active. Like this
trying
place,
to trap that energy.
Maybe they don't even think about that. Let's take that out of the equation because it can get crazy, right? It can get kind of on the fringe of things for people. Not everybody's ready to hear that kind of stuff. But even if
a few things people ain't ready to hear yet,
and I have my opinions too. I tend not to go too deep into that because then people are like, "You're batshit crazy."
My shit ain't opinion.
It's still an opinion, okay? But yeah, basically, there's something that doesn't seem right. It's like they tore down a nursing home up here a little ways away from us, but it's close enough to where I've had spirits and my children have even seen them in the backyard. There's a man in a suit hiding behind the tree and it wasn't really there. There was no man there. And we called him Frank. He was from the nursing home, the palliative care that they tore down. Now they're getting ready to put townhomes there. I'm probably going to end up getting a call from one of these people in this townhome saying my house is haunted,
Well,
yeah.
So who owns Penhurst right now? Is it the state?
No, I forget his name. It's a group. It's called Penhurst Attraction LLC or something like that. Don't mark me on that, but it's
about right.
It's an LLC, and there's like a couple owners. And from what I've heard, they have been left. The people that work at Penhurst have been left in the dark. So these plans are being drawn up. We were there just like September 19th or
September
9th, something like that. So we were just there. Loved it. Like the infirmary was absolutely amazing. That's the one time I normally am very chill. I'm not I don't try to like over exaggerate things. So if I hear something, I do get excited sometimes, but like I kind of break down on camera there because I kept getting something was like taking their fist and doing this, punching me in my diaphragm, and it was taking my breath away up there.
Not to mention the smell of death that everybody tried to tell us was sewage.
Look,
I smelt the sewage.
Yeah,
I know what the sewage smells like, but that was not sewage.
Yeah, there was sewage. You know, sewage smells like sewage, like a poop plant, right? This smelled like a dead deer. Like it was a death smell. And every time I would say, I'm going to bring in the love and light, this smell of the death would hit my nose. And like, I'm not exaggerating. Because again, I'm not about embellishing things because there's a very balancing line between what I do and why I do this. I don't do this for glorification or anything. I legitimately do this to help people. I've dedicated my life to helping people. And like when I tell you there was something there, you couldn't see it, except I did capture a little mist that barely showed up on camera. I'm mad, but I saw it with my eyes. There was something blocking us from leaving. And it was like challenging me. And if they tear that place down, sure, that energy may go with it, right? But whatever's there is capable of moving. It's not stuck there.
Yeah.
So,
it's incredible. Like,
I'm very passionate.
We were there for what, like 30 minutes before we started smelling that death smell?
About 45, because we were there for an hour and a half.
It was a pretty good while, long enough that we should have smelled it like plenty of times over.
9 times. Yeah, I gotta get out there sometime, hopefully before anything bad happens to it.
Definitely. You'll never get the whole place done, I'll tell you that.
Good. Yeah, we're going to go back for sure. They said it could be years. It's a 10-year plan, so it could still take 10 years to build it.
So hopefully it's just not about the money, but that's what it's usually about. So.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it's about, because that would be life-changing retirement money. It's a $10 billion facility.
Yeah, get out.
They're wanting to build this center. That's the way that it goes. Out with the haunted old insane asylums and in with the data centers.
Yeah, but there's still owners out there that are keeping, history alive for us. So
absolutely, you're 100% right.
We had Charlie Tani on before.
That's great.
Yeah,
I'm not devaluing that at all. That is very, very valid. Some of these people do an amazing job, and they're dumping everything they have into it, and it's not because they're trying to get rich off of it either. It's because they just genuinely love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like when you're attached to this life, it engulfs you. It's a part of you,
and it's a balance, because if you're not careful, it can take over.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then your ego starts to shine.
Oh well, that wasn't what I was thinking of. I'm thinking about doing spirit box sessions in your car at work break.
Oh, I knew what he was talking about.
Yeah. I won't let him do it in the house.
I'll be talking to ghosts all the time. Like, literally.
Not spirit box sessions, because,
Yeah, sometimes.
I have a certain space I do it in, and then I have to clear my space. I'm all about spiritual protection. That's what my main goal was, is to teach spiritual protection and to help people with paranormal activity and problems.
And I don't worry about that as much, because if you're too protected, you're not going to get any activity.
Right, but we're talking about two totally different ball games. You're talking about going out searching for it. I'm talking about people that are trying to get rid of it.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about trying to bring it in. Mm-mm. I'm not trying to bring it in my house at all. No, you don't poop where you sleep. Yeah, nicest way I can put that.
There's some in our backyard.
Yeah, hear it. I was just noticing it a little bit ago.
Sound like a dog. Where's it go?
Right, well, we're hour 3 minutes in, so we're pretty good right now.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Covered a lot. Again, you guys get something big, some other stuff come up, just shoot me an email. You got my email. Have you on again. It was a pleasure talking to you. Hopefully I
nice to meet
get down there. Yeah, it's nice to meet you. Keep doing what you guys are doing, putting the content out, helping people, because that's what you want to do. That's what majority of us want to do. We're not about the social media. But yeah, all I can say is keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And if you come down this way, shoot us an email.
We'll do, definitely. So I'm trying to get to UK next year. So that's my main goal right now. is to get over there and
Really?
investigate. Yeah. So
Gotcha. I'm gonna send you an email about that. I'll send you an email about the UK. I got something to talk to you about, or just I'll send you a message.
yeah, send me a message.
Gotta ask you a question. Okay.
Yeah, keep in touch, and again, thanks for coming on, and I appreciate it. I'm gonna end this right now.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys take care.
Yep.
You too.
You guys be safe.
Safe.